Imagine getting up every day full of energy as if you were in your 20s again. What would that be like? What would it be worth to you? What is your health worth to you? Think about it. Your health isn't everything, but without it, everything else is nothing. And yet, too many of us are taking it for granted until something goes wrong. And no one wakes up hoping to be diagnosed with a disease or chronic illness. And yet, we've never been taught how to be proactive in our health through our school or public health. As a registered health coach and integrative health practitioner, I believe it's time this information is made available to everyone. Combining new knowledge around your health and the ability to do my functional medicine lab tests in the comfort of your own home will allow you to optimize your health for today and all your tomorrows. Don't wait for your wake-up call. Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Wait for Your Wake-Up Call podcast. I am Melissa Deely, your host, and today I want to talk about tuning out the noise of the world and turning up the truth of who you really are. We are going to be diving into a topic that lives at the very core of everything I teach, everything I live, and everything I see transform my clients again and again. I'm talking about frequency. And no, it's not just a buzzword. It's not just about high vibes only or mood lighting and meditation playlists. Frequency is your future because your frequency is your field. We are all energy, and our frequency is the signal that you are sending out at all times, consciously or unconsciously, and mostly unconsciously. And it's creating your reality moment by moment. And here's the thing. You don't have to wait for your outer world to change first. You shift the frequency and the rest follows. So what is frequency really? Let's ground this in real life. Your frequency is the vibration you are holding, the emotional tone, the mental programs, the stories your nervous system is running. All of that adds up to the energetic signature you are walking around with. And that signature is broadcasting information to the people all around you, to potential opportunities, to the field of possibility itself. Imagine two people walk into a room. One is radiating grounded confidence, self-trust, inner peace. The other is spinning in doubt, scarcity, insecurity, even if they look successful on the outside. Can you feel the difference? We all can, because frequency speaks before words ever do. You can dress it up, polish your brand, perfect your messaging. However, if the frequency doesn't match what you are saying, people feel it. The field doesn't lie. You know this. You know the emotions that are high frequency emotions like empathy, forgiveness, empowerment, joy, patience, powerful, freedom, trust. And you know the emotions that are low frequency: shame, unworthiness, guilt, dread, irritation, blame, humiliation. These are the emotional check-ins that you can do with yourself. What are you feeling? Is that a low frequency emotion? Is it a high frequency emotion? And notice how we tap into the high frequency emotions, how we actually feel lighter. We feel like we're being lifted. And when we tap into the low frequency emotions, we feel like we're getting stuck. We feel like a rock, like we've got all the weight of the world on our shoulders. So where does your frequency come from? The unconscious mind sets the signal. Literally, most of it is rooted in your unconscious mind, in the emotional imprints and identity patterns you've stored over your lifetime. This is why I say all the time, you cannot mindset your way out of a frequency that's anchored in unresolved emotion. And that's why I use tools like timeline therapy, because frequency lives in the emotional body, not just in your thoughts. And remember, your unconscious mind is the home of your emotional body. Let me share a powerful story. A woman in my private circle, let's call her Tanya, came to me frustrated. She was doing everything right. Her business was structured. She was showing up online. She'd done a lot of mindset work. However, she wasn't calling in the kind of clients she truly wanted. Her launches felt flat, and she couldn't figure out why things just felt off. She knew there must be more. She was feeling stuck. So we did one timeline therapy intake session and found this old imprint of her 10-year-old self sitting in a classroom being told she was too much, too loud, too opinionated, too sensitive. Do you relate to that? Yeah. That moment became her frequency anchor. And all these years later, she was still attached to it. As an adult, she was showing up with beautiful words, and yet part of her was still hiding for fear of being too much or too opinionated. We cleared those limiting decisions with timeline therapy. And no joke, within 3 days, she had 2 ideal clients reach out, completely out of the blue. She didn't do anything different. Her frequency shifted, and so did the field around her. And it allowed her to start attracting exactly the right clients for her. So this is why energy needs to come before strategy. And it's also why I'm so passionate about frequency work and understanding this. We've been conditioned to think success is about doing more strategy, more content, more pushing. We've been conditioned to think it's a do world. And truly, that's what I thought. Back when I was in the corporate world, I thought I had to do it all, do more, work more hours, get more done. And that's not what it's about at all. When your energy is off, the doing doesn't even land. What's the point in doing more? Think of it like this. You're sending a signal to the universe that says, I want abundance. Meanwhile, your body is broadcasting fear. Or you're sending a signal that says, I want aligned relationships. However, your field is still coded with abandonment. So the results feel inconsistent or effortful. And you start wondering, what's wrong with me? Why isn't this working? And the truth is, there is nothing wrong with you. You're just running an outdated frequency that no longer matches the future you are stepping into. So let's make this tangible for you. Here is a daily frequency reset. You can start today to reset your frequency. First of all, it requires that you pause, slow down, breathe into your belly, get still, and scan your field and ask yourself, what am I broadcasting right now? Is it joy, love, trust, or is it fear, doubt, shame, guilt? Visualize your future self. Feel her in your body. What does she radiate? What is the texture of her presence? Anchor that in. Move, speak it, breathe into it. I love to play music that matches her vibe. Maybe write down her thoughts. Maybe she has a message for you. And act from there. Even one aligned core micro action creates ripple effects. Frequency doesn't mean being high vibe all the time. It means being aware of what you're putting out and choosing again when needed. We're all human. Life happens. We literally cannot be high vibe all the time. However, when we have this awareness, we can shift it. So what happens when you do shift it? I see it with clients all the time. People come in carrying so much energetic noise, overthinking, shame, fear of visibility, ancestral patterns. And by clearing the static and tuning into their truth, they start noticing more ease in conversations, unexpected invitations, financial flow without burnout, peace and calm in their nervous system, and a return to trust, trusting in who you are, trusting the path that you are on, trusting in your mission. Because here's the secret. Your frequency isn't something you have to create. It's who you already are when you're not running someone else's programming. So let me ask you this. What would shift for you if you truly believe your frequency is speaking before your words? Think about that. Now that you know it speaks first, what would you shift? What might open up for you if you trusted that how you feel, moment to moment, is quietly creating your future more than any plan ever could? And who would you become if you released the outdated signals from your past and aligned with the frequency of the version of you who's already living her version? Because you can do that. Your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And when you vividly imagine yourself living the version you want to live, you're bringing it into this moment in this present time. And this is exactly what we dive into inside the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. This experience is for soul-led leaders, visionaries, and healers who are ready to clear emotional noise, shift unconscious patterns, and recode their internal frequency to match the next level without hustle, without force, without waiting. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're not a leader, a soul-led leader, I should say, or don't consider yourself to be a soul-led leader or a visionary or a healer. Because you may find when you attend this masterclass that underneath it all, you actually are. These are life skills that open up the world for you no matter who you are. Because you'll learn how the unconscious mind stores emotion, how timeline therapy clears old energetic residue, and how to realign your frequency with your highest future. This truly is for everyone and anyone. I'm talking to you. You know who you are, and you know if this resonates, and you know if it's time to up-level your frequency. Because when you lead with energy first, everything else catches up. When your frequency is clear, the world doesn't just respond to you, it amplifies you. So if this episode spoke to you, if your body feels that buzz of resonance, the truth bumps, the hair standing up on your arms, I want to invite you to calibrate your frequency and come join us at the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. It's not about doing more. It's about remembering who you really are and letting that speak first. Until next time, thank you for listening. If this spoke to you in any way, shape, or form, that's an indication that your unconscious mind is saying, yes, go that way. These are resources I'm providing to you. Follow the breadcrumbs. And please share this episode with anyone else that you know in your life that could benefit from recalibrating their frequency and showing up in their as best version of themselves and allowing this to amplify them. Are you ready to up-level the power of your own mind? Because if you are, you will want to join us at the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. It is a 2-day program where transformation meets action. You will discover how your unconscious mind shapes your thoughts, your actions, and your success. And you'll learn the 3 principles and how thoughts and mind and consciousness are impacting your entire life. We take you through 2 different hypnotic inductions for an incredibly relaxing experience, one on each day. And past students have said they learned more in these 2 days than they did in a 6-month life coaching course. So if you want to up-level your mind and do it with extreme efficiency, join us. No fluff, no guesswork, just real results. I will put the link in the show notes, and I'm gifting to my audience a massive promo code for our April class on April 15th and 16th. Using the code GIFT47, you will receive this class for literally that price, $47, for 2 days of personal growth, empowerment, and transformation. See you there.